Good day. My name is Nikami Evan Obra, and I will be talking about my paper titled Taguchi Orthogonal Optimization for the Oxidative Degradation of 2-Chlorophenol from Groundwater using Zero-Valent Iron Activated Persulfate. My advisor is Dr. Christopher Pamintuan, and my co-advisors are Dr. Kyle Kiton and Dr. Chen Juliang. So to introduce, first is the contaminant, which is chlorophenol or CP. So chlorophenols are highly soluble and highly stable, which enables them to persist in the environment for extended periods. Now, they are sourced from industrial effluents such as glue and textile industry, and they have carcinogenic and mutagenic properties, causing high danger when in contact with humans, animals, aquatics, and other living organisms. So this paper is associated with SDG 3, 6, 14, and 15. So first, the objectives and scope. The main objective is the degradation of 2-CP under ZVI activated persulfate. So ZVI is zero-valent iron. Now, we aim to optimize the process parameters using the Taguchi design of experiment methodology. Second, we apply the optimized parameters to 2CP spiked field groundwater. So from that, we have two samples, the reverse osmosis water or RO water, and then the application on a natural groundwater sample. Next, we characterize the recovered post-reaction zero-valent iron. Now we have here the Philippine Water Standard Guidelines for the limitations of 2CP, which is less than 0.001 to 0.05 mgl. So that's the limitation of 2CP on groundwater. Next, we have here the oxidation process or AOP. The mechanism involves breaking apart the bonds of the harmful contaminant, which is the 2CP, through the use of a chemical, which is the persulfate, and transforming it into less harmful substances. So for the mechanism, since we use persulfate, we need activation. So we chose iron activation. So the reaction from the ZVI and persulfate or PS involved activation of the PS through electron transfer. So this yielded sulfate-free radicals that oxidize the contaminants. So for the methodology, here is the experimental setup. We can see here the uh, 2-chlorophenol solution, and then we incorporate the ZVI and SPS, then that becomes the system for the mechanism. And we use the overhead stirrer for the reaction. Now, we use the Taguchi orthogonal method to create the experimental design. So we have here the factors, which is the initial pH, the SPS concentration, or the sodium persulfate. And then we have the ZVI concentration, and then the 2CP concentration is constant. Now, from the experimental design of Taguchi, we derive 9 experiments with different levels of factors. So now, for the analytical methods we have here in the slide, the equipment used and then the specifications. So first for the 2CP quantification, we used HPLC-PDA. Now for the ZVI quantification and characterization, we used BET, FESEM, EDS, XRD, and visible spectrophotometry. Next, more analytical methods. For sodium persulfate quantification, we used spectrophotometry. For chloride ions, we used the chloride ion probe and ion chromatography. For the total organic carbon, we used NDIR to measure the CO2. Now, for the results and discussion, we have first the figure here, which corresponds to the effects on pH and ORP um, on all the experiments, the 9 experiments that we derived from the Taguchi design. So first observation, we base the effects on the SPS to ZVI molar ratio. So here the ZVI is higher in molar ratio compared to the SPS. So we have here 1 is to 2, 1 is to 4, and then the equal parts of molar ratio 1 is to 1. So here, the result is that the negative values of ORP is achieved, and it also corresponds to higher pH value. Um, so in these conditions, we can say that ZVI, or the iron, is being responsible for the system, and then the process is through reduction at certain time. Now, we have the second observation that if the SPS is higher in molar ratio over over ZVI, we have here 2 is to 1 and 4 is to 1. So it is opposite observation. So the values of ORPs are positive, and then we have lower pH values. So we can say that SPS continued to be responsible, and the process for this time is through oxidation. Now we have here the figures of mean of means and mean of SN ratios. So we get here the optimal condition. This is analysis from the Taguchi design. So the optimal condition is initial pH at 6, SPS concentration at 60 mm, ZVI concentration at 60 mm. We can also see here on the right the first table, which is the experiment numbers and then the corresponding 2CP degradation percentages. And on the table below, we have here the contribution percentages of each factor. So we can see here that the most significant factor is SPS with 76.34% contribution. Here in the slide, we have here the Pareto chart. This is based on T-score, and the results show that SPS is the most significant factor. And then here also in the interaction plot, we have this figure. And from this, we can see that the intersection means there's interaction between the factors. So the results show that initial pH values greatly interact on both SPS and ZVI. This is compared to the other combination of factors when looking at the interactions. So we have here the equation or model used to confirm the result of optimal conditions. So we also have here the normal probability plot for the degradation. So most of the residuals that we see here are well behaved as they lie close to a straight line. So first in this figure, we can see the figure A, the graph A. Uh, In this result, we can see that the rapid 2CP degradation is seen at 1 minute. So there's a rapid decline on the graph before it stabilizes. So there was a rapid degradation. And then also in graph A, we can see that the TOC removal is at 67% and 75%, and it is shown in the graph that it is not complete TOC removal. It is around that between zero point 0.2 and zero point 0.6. So um in the graph B, we can see that there is also rapid decomposition, and this is the quantity of sodium persulfate. So the rapid decomposition is seen at 1 minute mark to 10 minute mark. So next would be for the graph D. So for the graph D, which is the dissolved iron, the groundwater has higher dissolved iron value than the RO water sample. So uh, we have here an explanation that groundwater ions can enhance ZVI corrosion, which can be used as an explanation why there is higher dissolved iron on the groundwater sample treatment. For the graph C and F, we have here the effects on dissolved oxygen and uh, the ORP and pH. Now, in water sourced from wells, the depth can lead to lower dissolved oxygen values, which is also correlated to the reduction processes that can prevail along with the presence of reducing materials. This corresponds to why the groundwater sample has a different trend from the RO sample. So It indicated that there's low initial ORP and dissolved oxygen. Now, for the graph E, we have the chloride quantification, which suggested the formation of intermediates. This result corresponds to the TOC results, wherein TOC removal was not complete removal, it's not 100%, and it is incomplete. Also, with the chloride ions, it did not completely transform. So, there is a suggestion that there's formation of intermediates. Now we have here results from the SEM. In image A, we have here the unwashed ZVI. So for the ZVI, we used acid washing to remove the outer layer or oxide layer. Then we can see in the image B, since we remove the some of the outer layer, we have a rough surface, and we can say that it is more reactive now after the washing. Next would be the image C and image D. So these images shows crystallization. These are images for the after the reaction. So these are recovered from the processed ZVI. So now we need to identify what crystallizations are in the surface. So using the EDS and XRD, we identified that there is an iron oxide, which is a common result in the iron surface after oxidation processes. So we have here magnetite or Fe3O4, both in the EDS and XRD. So now for the conclusions, first would be that the sodium persulfate concentration is the most influential factor. It is from the SN ratio and contribution and the Pareto chart that further confirmed this. Now, the confirmation experiments demonstrated complete 2CP degradation, which is also consistent with predictions. So the predictions was derived from the model or the showed equation, and then the molar ratio of SPS to ZVI influence pH and ORP, wherein acidic conditions are maintained, and high ORP when there is higher SPS concentration in molar ratio. Groundwater test showed higher degradation rates at 1 minute compared to RO water, and groundwater ions enhance ZVI corrosion, which was showed in the dissolved iron results. We have also the total organic carbon removal, which are 67% and 75% for RO and groundwater respectively, indicating incomplete mineralization. So chloride quantification suggested the formation of intermediates. So this goes hand in hand, the incomplete mineralization and the formation of intermediates. The SEM, EDS, and XRD analysis identified Fe3O4 formation on ZVI surfaces. And overall, optimized treatment method can effectively degrade 2-chlorophenol in both RO water and natural groundwater. Now, for the recommendation, we have that for possible intermediate formation, further studies on identifying the possible compounds formed after treatment, surface area analysis on ZVI characterization, effects of common groundwater ions, and efficiency of the system on other chlorophenols. That's all. Thank you for listening. Thank you.